How we doing, everyone? My name is Brian, and I am an independent promoter with the company Prove It, and this is Compensation 101, and this is my helper, Luna, coming at you too. But very, very quickly, with Compensation 101, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. The whole goal here is just to give you an understanding and an overview of Prove It's compensation, how you access it, where you can look for different elements, if you will, to the compensation plan, how you can maximize it, but also the most important of everything is how you can keep it simple. You want to keep things simple. Why? Because the more simplistic you keep them, the faster they will go, grow, and multiply, duplicate, and that's what we want ultimately. So I am here. We're going to start off in your back office because the number one thing I want to do is show you where you can access resources to see the compensation commission and how to really start to break that down. Now, the first thing I want to help you understand is thought process. We want to understand the thought process behind our commission, our compensation, why it's so important, why it's very different than anything else you experience out there in the corporate world or traditional sales. It's not just a percentage of commission. Why? And here's the main reason why. Because our compensation drives behavior in our community to help people become as successful as they want to be, to help people hit their goals as fast as they want to hit them. You have to have a compensation to commission structure that allows people to get to their goals as fast as they want to get to them, but they got to understand where to focus their time, where to focus their attention. We want to make sure they're maximizing different rewards, incentives, and promotions that are out there and that are available. But the first thing you need to know is, where do I access that information? Now, I will tell you the reason that we've grown as virally and as fast, and the reason why everything is replicated so quickly in the Prove It community and with the Ketone Conversation has been because people understand that it is so easy to just be a messenger of this incredible message and allow the message itself and the validation we have in our community with our experts, with the proven success we've had through all the different success stories. There's so much success, validation, and credibility out there in the marketplace. The reason why we've grown as fast as we've grown in the period of time in which we've done it is because we've always led with the product. We've always led with the Ketone Conversation. And what happens is when you lead with something that works every single time, because our product works every single time, and it works on a level in which this industry has never really experienced before. We've created a whole new industry from the network marketing space, plus our commission and our compensation plan allows so many other different means and realms of marketing to come in and to play a big role in what we're doing as well. So if you're somebody that does internet or digital or social media or whatever, there's a place for you here as well to be able to maximize this compensation plan as well. But understand, keep the main thing the main thing. And what is the main thing? What you see scrolling in the back of the screen here, which is Keto Max, which is our product, which is our technology that is proven 100% medically, clinically, and scientifically to be absorbed on a cellular level in your body that you can test third party and will create an incredible result like our community's experienced here in a very short period of time, and how much validation there is out there in the marketplace. So hopefully you understand that if you will focus and lead with the product, the technology, and the conversation, it will very quickly progress to, hey, how do I get this for free? And then it'll move very quickly into, my goodness, I've overwhelmed myself because I've gone from just, two people ordering on a smart ship to getting my product for free and getting Prover Bucks, which is virtual internal currency, to now I've got more than two people wanting the product. So now how do I start earning rewards? And they start earning rewards, and earning a little bit of reward means, hey, if I can earn a little bit, I can earn a lot. And if I can earn a lot, I need to understand this commission and compensation and know how to maximize it so that I can meet my goals. And that's the next thing I want to bring you to. So hopefully you get my point of, hey, keep the product first, keep the conversation and technology first, and it'll quickly move to rewards with the amount of validation and the way this is as out there in the marketplace going viral, it will quickly move into the rewards conversation, which leads us to the next thing. What is your goal? What is it you want to accomplish? And here's the reason why. What we need to pick out of the compensation structure and the comp plan in order to earn $500 a month versus 5,000 a month versus 50,000 a month versus 500,000 a month is very, very different. And there's certain things that we're going to need to focus on if we want to get you to any of those different income levels. So the first thing that we need to know as someone that's coaching you and directing you is, what are your goals? Do you want to go slow or do you want to go fast? Why? Because if you go faster, we have different commissions and incentives that'll help you go faster. If you want to go bigger, then we need to put specific things in place to help you follow the guidelines and how to maximize this commission and comp plan to go bigger, right? So we got to find out what your goals are. So now we've got the foundation out of the way. Let's find out, how do we access those rewards? How do we access them? Well, the first thing that you can see here, okay, is your home. I'm already logged into the back office. We're at the home page. I want to scroll down because I want to show you where you want to get these resources. And I'm going to pull these up. I'm going to allow these to be pulled up on the screen so that we have them and we can refer back to them. The first thing I want you to pull up is the complete performance rewards. And we'll leave that up there. Let's go back and pull up the game plan overview of our rewards. And then let's scroll up here and let's pull up the two more things, the customer buying guide. And the last one is going to be our promoter buying guide. And here's the reason why. Because all of these equate to a certain bonus value. That bonus value or bonus volume is what we're going to constantly be referring to in order to unlock each one of the levels in this compensation. So remember, this is a 101. And if you want more in-depth, more guided laser coaching based on your goals, that's what you have to get with your coach. And they're going to help you understand, because through their own process of unlocking different levels in this commission structure, on how you can specifically do that and how you can make it very applicable for you. This is just a quick 101 overview to give you a general understanding and general knowledge on how to access these commissions and rewards. So let's kind of keep it basic, but let's start here. I'm going to refer over to the reward section now, because here's what's awesome. Here you get a guideline of, and this is very in-depth. I think this is 25, 26 pages, but get familiar with the terminology. If you were in corporate America, they would make you study all of this. The difference is here is you're independent, so you don't have to do anything. But I would encourage you just to read through this at least once. I understand you may not completely understand it or grasp a lot of these, but it's just like when I went to school and I would study a specific topic, it was all conceptual. It was all theory. It wasn't until I got out in the marketplace and started applying it that all of that teaching and training actually came to life, right? And it's the same thing here. You need to get familiar with it, but don't get too caught up in it. Don't get in the weeds, because it's only gonna slow down your ability to do some very basic steps, which is how we've got to where we are today, which is, what do you know about ketones and ketosis? Watch this campfire video, and you want a 5 or a 10-day experience, and then boom, let's get you into understanding a little bit more about ketones, but you'll learn that along the way. Let's get you in and get you focused on a 30-day or more experience, and let's start sharing your experience with other people. And that's how quickly it can go and grow. So don't get in the weeds here, because a lot of this you're going to learn along the way. You obviously have the table of contents here, which you can quickly go to anything that you want to reference specifically. I'm not going to go through all this, but you have to get kind of familiar with bonus value. I need to know that everything I'm about to show you, it's all unlocked with bonus value, okay? Personal qualifying volume, that's another key one. New volume, group volume, and team volume. If you will get familiar with this provology, if you will, it will help to understand as you're going in and you're unlocking each and every one of these ranks and levels. It'll help you learn them and understand them along the way. And then you start getting down into different ways to get paid, right? It's all down here. It's all broken down. You get paid daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly based on different based on different compensation pools. So all of that's right here, and you got to look through all this, different ranks and qualifications, the requirement to hit that specific team volume, group volume. I'm going to simplify this by going back into the reward section and showing you how to make all of this come alive, because that's what we need to do. We need to find out the actions that I'm taking, what are they equating to, and what are they accomplishing, and I want to find out, and I want to track my progress along the way. And what's cool is our entire compensation part of the back office is all gamified. So it's just like any game that you ever played. What do I need to do to accomplish and get to the next level, right? So as I scroll down through here, you can see there's a lot of different, some of this is not going to be applicable to you right away, nor should you focus on it right away. Here's something that is applicable. If you get a certain type of experience pack and start getting in the Go Challenge, you unlock different things like higher commissions for a longer period of time. There's a lot of these that you want to make sure you're taking advantage of. And then it breaks down very specifically in detail your bonuses. Each one of them in great detail. Okay. Like I said, I'm showing you where to access it. I'm not going to get into covering all this in great detail. You can do that one-on-one as you start to build and develop and start taking the action required in order to earn commissions. This is the one that I really, really want to highlight. And this is the one I think you should have printed out and you should have with you all the time. This is the performance game plan. This takes all of that complicated math and different ways of compensation. And like I said, it's different than all the other ways out there that you're used to being compensated. It's not simple as like an affiliate program. I get this percentage on level one, and this percentage on level 2, and this on level 3, or I'm going out and doing traditional sales where I get a certain percentage of my sale. It's not like that. We're driving the behavior for an entire community, and that involves a lot more depth. It involves the ability to not exclude anyone. There's a lot of different elements that come into play when we're driving the behavior and the success of an entire community, not only in the short term, but also in the long term. So we look through these performance reviews and game plan here. So our Go Challenge, that's the first thing. This is all right in order for you. So this is the very first thing you want to focus on hitting is your Go Challenge. Then that's going to move you into understanding how do we get people started. There's two different things, kickoff promotions, your Go Pro and your Go MVP. If you can go MVP, you can hit every single rank from rank 1 to 10 legend if you know how to go MVP. It's really that simple. And anyone will tell you that's very successful in this with this compensation, that it all started with going MVP, and that really unlocked the rest of the entire comp plan. Okay, so your first 30-day impact and get people started, what do you focus on? Go Pro and Go MVP. Okay, stability long-term, front and back rewards. So your All-Star, your MVP mentor bonus, your Go Fast, all these different commissions that you can earn that will create the stability that you need in your organization. Then down here into leadership rewards, this is when we start getting into some very large goals and commissions and compensation that really drive the behavior of your community, and really helps to, as you see here labeled, build the culture of what it is you're trying to accomplish. Why? Because people's lives can change forever once they start tapping into these leadership rewards. And I mean very significant. The financial outlook for someone can change drastically once they start jumping into these leadership rewards. And then partner rewards, which are awesome because it drives into ownership pools and ways to really drive your compensation to the next level. As it says there, play for a bigger piece of the pie. Now, the foundation of all this goes through your Go Fast bonuses. Like I said, I'm going to make these numbers come alive by showing you how they actually are going to start to transition into your action that you're taking through your back office. But what I want to quickly speed forward to here is these. Like, this is so important. You have to have these printed out. You need these with you. Why? Because the Go Pro is the first thing that you're going to go for in your first 14 days. And right here is literally the blueprint that you need to follow in order to make that happen. But you got to, in order to build a house, you need the blueprint of that house. And this is where we're going to figure out how to build that house. It all starts with this blueprint. So it tells you exactly how many customers you need, how many promoters you need, how much volume you need from each one of those elements. And then that goes down into our Go MVP. It's just important to have this printed out. Why? Because it's going to tell you what you're going to earn. It's going to tell you what you need structurally in order to accomplish it. And it's going to give you the ability to start tracking that, so that you know what you need to do in order to accomplish that in your first 30 days. Then your first 120 days, which is Go All-Star, which really leads to a lot more commissions and fast start. But those are so important. And then that's going to lead you to the Circle of Champions, which is awesome because you're going to start getting into the car club. You're going to start getting into other profit pools, Tesla Club. There's so many different things that you have the ability to unlock once you start getting into the Circle of Champions. And I think for most people, that's really, truly where you want to strive to be. That's when things get really, really exciting. So you have all these that you can start to look at. There's kind of the car program. And then once again, you can go back and revert to ranks and qualifications, what I need to get there. Now, when you click on this next, the product guides, this is just telling me if I'm going to make a customer transaction or I'm going to make a promoter transaction, how much bonus volume I'm going to get by making that transaction, because all that bonus volume equates to where I'm at in each one of those ranks or what I need to go pro or go MVP. I need a certain amount of bonus volume to be inserted into each one of those categories, and that's how I can accomplish that. So you have the ability to simply see every package has with it a total cost, but then it also has a bonus volume that's associated with it. And that's key to start understanding what you need to do in order to get there, right? And then it's the same thing with your product guide. It tells you, hey, if I've got someone ordering 30 servings, that's giving me 100 in bonus value each and every time, bonus volume, bonus value every single time. So let's start to make that come alive. So I've clicked on the rewards tab, and in the rewards tab, I've got our commission rewards, I've got our weekly bonuses, I've got our monthly bonuses, and I've got our ownership pool. So everything that I need to track, also pending in history, what I was paid out previously on the week, the month, whatever it may be. This is just a generic account that you're looking at, but I can see, and it's broken down into every single category where I'm getting paid out on and how much I'm getting paid out in each one of those categories in terms of my overall commission. So let's go back here to the current period. When I say this is gamified, here's what I mean. You can see everything has a progress bar. So if I just want to get to rank 1 star, here's what I need to do. I need 50 PQV. That's personal qualifying volume. What is personal qualifying volume? Personal qualifying volume is any transaction that I make for my own purchase or any transaction my customer makes. It does not count towards team volume or group volume. It just counts towards personal qualifying volume, which also is where I'm going to get my prover bucks from, which is kind of like Marriott Rewards points. It's where I can use internal currency to purchase product and basically get it for free. The next is going to be my retail. That's also where my retail profit is going to start coming from out of this personal qualifying volume. Now, in order for me to hit rank 1 star, I need to accomplish 50 PQV. What is 50? We'll just come back here to your guides. 50 can be accomplished by just 15 servings, will equate to 50 in bonus value. Let's come back here. Team volume. What is team volume? Team volume is everything in your first 3 levels of the unilevel. So that means somebody that I sponsor, that they sponsor, that person sponsors, all equate in my first 3 levels, and any volume that's created or anything that they're doing equates to team volume, right? And there's always a team volume requirement, and then there'll always be a group volume requirement. A group volume is everything within those team volume, the first 3 levels, and down exceeding those first 3 levels through your entire group. That's the group volume requirement. Sometimes everything past your first 3 levels, you'll start to grow more group volume, and you got to make sure your team volume is also those requirements are also being met for that specific rank. Then 5 invites. Now, this unlocks the entire compensation and will unlock it forever. So the first thing you want to do is come up here to invites and just send out 5 invites through SMS or email as fast as humanly possible. Why? Because it's going to start getting the conversation out there, but it's going to meet the requirement for your 5 invites immediately. So once you send out those 5 invites, those are the same invites you need to send out in order to get to legend. All it is those 5 invites. So let's go back up here to our very first rank 1 star 1, and we want to get those invites out. So we've got our personal qualifying volume, we've got our team volume, and we've got our group volume. All those requirements have to be met. And what's great is, say you're at 200 because you sold 30 servings to 2 different promoters, In that case, you're going to have 200. You still need 50 more. So now I got to go back here and find out, what do I need to do? Okay, I need to get 50 servings out there, because if I get 50 servings, that's going to increase my bonus value by 50, which is going to put me to the 250 that's required in order for me to meet the requirement for this rank. So every single one of those is broken down into great detail. You can come over here and choose anything. So what I need to do to get to rank 6 champion, well, it's very simple. And remember, I think sometimes it's misunderstood. It's not about how many people are in your organization. It's about how much volume is in your organization. So the math comes down to the volume, not the amount of people. And here's what I mean by that. You could get to rank 6, Circle of Champions, okay, which is actually popped up right here. That's 200 in personal qualifying volume. So that just means that I have 2 customers that are ordering 30 servings, and boom, I hit that requirement. Team volume, in my first 3 levels, I'm accomplishing at least 15,000 in team volume. Group volume as a total, my entire community, I'm accomplishing 30,000 in group volume. And then I've got my 5 invites out there. So how could you do that with 30 people? I want you to imagine 3 people that you've sponsored and enrolled as promoters, that each get 3 promoters, that each get 3 promoters, until we get to just a total number of 30, just 30. And I want you to imagine that each one of those promoters, each one of those 30, just has 9 customers plus your own personal purchase of 30 servings at minimum. So you and your 9 customers, all with 30 servings through 30 people, that's going to meet your team. Based on that structure, that's going to meet your team requirement, your team volume, your group volume at the same time, which is going to get you to your 15,000 in team, 30,000 in group volume, and that's just having 30 people, all with 9 customers that are all just getting, everyone in that community is all just getting 30 servings of Keto OS. So it's not about the people, and that's a perfect world scenario. Is it going to happen like that? No, probably not. But understand, it can be a lot doing a little doing a lot. The point is the math just comes out perfectly based on your guides to getting there, and then the compensation that's available to you. So hopefully understand the foundation of this all, and understand that as you start applying it, you'll see how that equates to you breaking different ranks, getting to the next level, and the requirements you need. So just start to familiarize yourself with the Provology, the different terms and understandings. And as you start to go out and take this conversation out to your community, you're going to see how that starts equating. And all of these, what may seem to be intimidating and complicated, are going to start coming alive as you start tracking all this in your back office in order to get to each level. Because as I come down here and I want to, hey, it's my first 30 days, I really want to hit Go MVP. So I take this guideline. Let me find my guideline. I take this guideline. Where was it at? Here we go. So I take this guideline that I have printed out, and I'm tracking, and I see what my guideline is visually, and then I equate it to what I need to do in my back office, and how it's starting to, each transaction I make with a customer or promoter is starting to add up. And what these are all be, I know it says expired here, and it's just because this is not an active account. This is just for example. But you'll have progress bars in each of these sections, and it'll show you, it'll be orange until it goes green, until you've met that requirement. You can hit any of these drop-down arrows, and they will give you the full breakdown of what transaction took place to get you to that, to that certain level on that progress bar. So it's all gamified, it's all interactive, and it's very simple. If you allow it to be as simple as it really truly is, I promise you it is. So I wanted to show you where you go to access those documents, where and how you get them, where you focus on them, but most importantly, this is a learning process. This is something you're going to learn along the way. And as you start to work with your coach, as you start to meet your goals and you start to raise your goals, all of this is going to start to make a lot more sense. Why? Because you're in the process of actively doing it and tracking it, and you'll know what you need to do to hit certain promotions and qualifications and different ranks as you progress through this back office gamified system. And then obviously the most important thing is so you know where you have access to these resources. So hopefully that helped, and we will see you out there, and looking forward to you having incredible success, meeting your goals, and make sure that you are linked up with somebody that has a great vested interest in your success. So with that, thanks everyone.